Good evening, I'm Mrs. Bolin, and I'm helping you review for exam 1. This is problem 5. It says solve for the linear equation, which means solve for x. So the first thing I always do is I always recommend that you just rewrite the problem. So I'm going to rewrite it where I have 1/2 x. Oops. Again, my ink is not picking up. I'm not sure why that is. Let's try that again. 1/2 x plus 3 is equal to x minus 4 divided by 5 plus 2. So that's the problem. Really, the first step we want to do is get rid of the fractions. So the least common denominator is going to be 10. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by the number 10. So that's going to look something like this. I'm going to have, let me move this up just a little bit. I'm going to have 10 multiplied by 1/2 x plus 3, and that's going to equal to 10 multiplied by x minus 4 divided by 5 plus 2. So that's the setup. We'll scroll just a little bit more. And now I'm going to actually distribute the 10. I'm not going to simplify on this next step. You're welcome to. You don't have to put in all the steps that I'm putting in. I'm simply making a video with all the steps so the 1 or 2 students or the 3 or 4 that need them have them, okay? So that's going to be 10 times 1/2 x plus 10 times 3. We just distributed the 10 to both terms. And that's going to be equal to 10 multiplied by x subtract 4 divided by 5 plus 10 multiplied by 2. And that was just simply the distribution property. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to simplify. So 2 will go into 2 once, 2 will go into 10 5 times. And then 5 will go into 5 once, 5 will go into 10 2 times. So now we're going to distribute what we have left. So we have removed the fraction in front of our x here. So we have 5 multiplied by x. So now I have left 5x. 10 multiplied by 3 is going to be plus 30. 2 multiplied then by the numerator, which is x minus 4. And then plus 10 multiplied by 2, which is 20. Okay, so now I'm going to distribute my 2 amongst the x minus 4, and at the same time I'm going to go ahead and move my third. Actually, I'll do that in one more move. So I'll just carry this down on this left hand side. So it's 5x plus 30 is equal to 2x, 2 multiplied by x, and then 2 times -4 minus 8 plus 20. I'm going to combine my like terms over here. So this is going to be the same thing as 2x, and then -8 plus 20 is plus 12. Now I need to solve for x, which means I need to get my x over here on the left hand side and then everything else on the right hand side. So I'm going to subtract 2x over here and subtract 2x over here, and then I'm going to subtract 30 from both sides, and I now have 3x is equal to -18. Okay, now I'm going to divide both sides through by 3 to isolate my x by itself. So that crosses out, and then x will equal to -18 divided by 3 is -6. And so if we want to check our work, it's often a good idea to go ahead and check our work when we are on an exam in particular. So we're just going to go ahead and check our work, and we're going to write down our original equation, which was 1/2 x. So 1/2 x plus 3 is equal to x minus 4 divided by 5 plus 2. Now we're just simply going to substitute in x equals -6 for a value of x here, and as long as the left-hand side of the equation equals the right-hand side of the equation, then we know we found the correct solution. So 1/2 times -6 plus 3 is equal to -6 minus 4 divided by 5. Oops, that should be a plus 2. Plus 2. So -6 divided by 2 is going to give me -3. So I end up with -3 plus 3 is going to be equal to -6 minus 4 is -10. -10 divided by 5 is -2 plus 2, and we end up with 0 is equal to 0, and so we have a check.